The second industrial revolution brought the arrival of so many new technologies and tools to help make our lives more convenient. The telephone is the most prominent among them, bringing faster communication, even those from very far from us, forever changing how we communicate.
With the rise of the internet, it brought us even faster and even more efficient communication. So now you're able to talk to people across different cities and even countries all around the world. The telephone has now become obsolete. And the Internet of Things industry was born, making room for a world where everything is connected and data is law. But even with these improvements, there is still a lot left to be desired for in IoT.
IoT is currently being used extensively in both the healthcare and pharma industry. Common applications are with patient monitoring and cancer detection, which use sensors to collect real-time data, which is then sent to data centers if a problem or irregularity is detected. Smart tags and drug distribution also take advantage of real-time data for maintenance and tracking of drugs and delivery. There are a few huge problems to this, though.
One is with security. With so many new nodes being added to the existing network, this makes it more susceptible to third-party interceptors and malicious attacks being made to your own personal data. Worldwide, there is an estimate of 44 cyber attacks being made per second of every day.
Latency is another problem. Since the communication layer is tasked with so many devices connected to the network, it lowers overall efficiency. And this is a huge issue, and sometimes even fatal consequences could arise if the patient or the healthcare provider isn't notified of the problem immediately. In this case, every extra second counts.
There are around 50,000 people each year who die of hospital error-related deaths because of these communication latencies. In the pharma industry, developing a new medicine takes an average of 10 years and requires around $2.6 billion. This enormous price tag in both time and money is mainly because of the failed efforts, which accounts for 8 failed formulations out of the 9 tries that all go into waste.
At Anaxa, we want to improve our current communication networks by further enforcing IoT, turning our current internet and network into the next stage of communication by means of developing the world's very first quantum-based IoT devices. We aim to expand the limits of human capability to help solve the world's biggest problems by pushing today's boundaries of security and efficiency in communication. By doing this, we would achieve improved patient monitoring devices for faster cancer detection, accelerating drug development by reducing costs of up to 70%, as well as controlling the quality of drug distribution. This solution consists of 2 main parts. So the first part of the solution is creating a quantum-enabled IoT device which has a chip-sized transmitter. The data center, or wherever the data is being sent to, contains a chip-sized receiver. The second part is implementing the devices to a quantum network to maximize both security and efficiency. So there would be a local network that uses regular telecom fibers and quantum repeaters, and also a global network that uses quantum satellites that provide a greater range. So how is this better than current communication? This is because of a concept called quantum key distribution, or qKD, that makes it physically impossible for any hacker to come in while also having zero latency. There are 2 parties that are able to secretly exchange a key or a message while also being able to detect any third party or hacker.
You can compare this to standing in front of a lake and seeing your reflection. If a pebble is thrown into a lake, it creates this massive ripple, which distorts the image you see, meaning that the third party or interrupter is detected. So inside the qIoT device, there's a transmitter chip that is able to produce that key by generating chains of phase-encoded photons. This is the start of the entanglement, and qKD then transfers the information across the quantum channel. On the other side is the receiver chip, which receives the key and uses single photon detectors to verify it so that the information can be displayed on the device and the entanglement is complete. Now that the 2 devices are entangled, no third party can interrupt, and communication is basically instantaneous. The local-based network would be implemented with existing telecom optical fibers with quantum repeaters. Quantum repeaters break up the transmission distance into segments to relay the message more efficiently and to avoid photon loss.
So this only applies to a local-based network. If you wanted to make it global-based and connect 2 remote places on Earth, the repeaters and the optical fibers just aren't enough. So here we propose a satellite platform and a space-based link in order to connect the 2 distant points on Earth with entanglement. Now, no matter how far the distance is between the 2 points, even like 10,000 miles, the connection would still be impossible to hack and the communication would still have zero latency.
The satellite's main function is to generate photons and entangle them, which now use qKD to relay the message and are then broadcasted to 2 different base stations on the ground. Once on the ground, the photons are directed into quantum memories, where secure messages are then sent locally through optical fibers.
Entering the next stage of communication and rethinking the ways we currently use the Internet of Things for improved patient monitoring, accelerating drug development, streamlining its production, and reducing the research and development cost will completely revolutionize the healthcare and pharma industry, but will not be an easy task. We will have to really embrace feedback and incorporate others' perspectives with our technology, as well as having the curiosity to take on new paths. Developing anti-fragility is another key value, gaining persistence and taking failures as a new opportunity when encountering different situations.
What we provide is the next leading step in transforming the rapidly growing industry of IoT. There are around 127 new IoT devices being connected to the internet every second, which poses a huge security problem. But this won't even be a problem anymore because encryption speed is almost 10 times faster than 5G, as well as having no communication delays.
We provide effortless, almost instant communication, leading to ultimate convenience and efficiency for a highly secure network. In this way, we are able to eliminate all those hospital errors and save those 50,000 lives each year, accelerating drug development by a few times and improving the quality and accessibility of drug distribution. But these applications don't have to stop here in the medical industry. Using qIoT would allow for more efficient and intelligent autonomous vehicles, as well as optimized manufacturing. What's coming next will be even more than what we currently have. With our current internet, we can't even imagine what life's like without it. While the telephone transformed communication, Anaxa plans to revolutionize it, as we envision a safe and efficient world that's driven by secure communication.